Hello everyone, my name is Paul from Fried Candle, and today I'm just going to show you what I do throughout the day, a normal working day. Today's a little bit of a different day because this morning some guy for the electricity and gas came by, so it's a little bit later than usual. But first, a little bit of an introduction of what I'm doing right now. I am currently graduating from game design and development school, so I am working on a game on my own. I'm making a small mobile game called Shuriken, and it's a really easy game. So you just tap the screen and you just evade and dodge all the shuriken that will be thrown at your finger, and you try to get the highest score possible. And basically that's a iteration on the game called Knife I was working on in my previous videos. It's also going to be released somewhat in the next month, somewhere in June, so around the end of this month. I have a lot of work to do, so let's jump into Trello. Okay, so right now we are in my Trello board. It's still called Knife because I made this back when the project still was called Knife. So as you can see, I have the backlog in the most left. What is this called? List, I think. Yeah, most left list. And over here are all the things that should be done. I also made a Moscow, which is basically a way of prioritizing tasks. The M stands for must have, the S stands for should have, the C stands for could have, and the W stands for would have. And that's a way to prioritize your tasks. So as you can see, this is everything that should be done as of right now. There can be things added to the backlog, but right now this is everything I think that should be done. The sprint is what I'm going to work on as of this week or this month or however long your sprint is. Some sprints are 1 week, some sprints are 2 weeks. It really depends on, I'm not really strict on my own rules. Then we have in progress, that's what I'm currently working on right now. And in done is everything that's done. So I'm thinking on working on the 3D touch for power-ups. Shuriken is going to be timed iOS exclusive. So I'm going to build in some iOS exclusive features like 3D touch and their linear haptic engine. So I'm going to work on the 3D touch for power-ups. And I'm going to show you how I tackle a problem like this. I'm not going to show you how to do it because I'm super bad programmer and there are way better tutorials out there. I'm just going to show you how I would tackle a problem like this. So oddly enough, I always like to start on paper first, just to sketch out everything I want to do. So for instance, this flowchart of the game when it was still called Finger Cutters, because that was a temporary name first, but it was already taken in the App Store, so I couldn't take it. So yeah, I just made a simple flowchart on how the game should progress and when the different screens will be shown and stuff. The same goes for, there's a small feature when if you tap the screen and let go of it immediately, there will be a warning which shows you how to play the game. It's called the hold warning, and I was planning how and when that should be visible or not. So I like to first draw everything on paper before I try to program it, and I do that with almost everything. This was the latest thing about a spawner for something. But okay, let's do it for the 3D touch. So what I was thinking is, so if the screen, I'm drawing through the viewfinder of my phone, so that's why everything is a little crooked and stuff. So when a power-up spawns and you press on it harder, okay, so how power-ups work at the moment is that you need to hover over them for a little time before you pick them up. But I thought it would be cool if you could 3D touch it to pick it up faster. And also I like to write pseudocode next to it. Pseudocode is like code that's not actually working, but it's really close to actually working. So right now it works on a on trigger stay. So when you stay on the power up, a timer will count down, and then when the timer hits 0, you will pick it up. But now it should be on a touch that pressure, I think. And then I tested this earlier, and normal touch is around 1. And the most firm touch I could do on a screen was around 6 or 7. So maybe over 3 or 4. Around something like that. So if you hit the screen with pressure over 3 or 4, you pick it up immediately. So that should also be in this day. So I think maybe 3.5. That was maybe a really easy example. So yeah, take my advice, draw everything out on paper, maybe a whiteboard. When I work at school, there's a whiteboard in my disposal. So I can, it's really nice to just stand up, go to a board, write it on a board. Maybe use your window. I can do it on my window as well, but I'm not going to. Just draw it out or write it out and then go to the computer and fix it then. Okay, before I show you the result, first I'm going to grab some dinner. Okay, now that I'm back at my desk, ate some dinner and made a cup of lemonade, let's see how I did. Okay, so we're in Unity right now and let's see how I did. I'm using the Unity Remote 5 app, so I can test the touch functionality on my in the game. As you can see, I have a null reference exception, or unassigned reference exception. I know what it is for, but I'm too lazy to fix it. Okay, so play and start playing. Okay, but I'm not looking for that one. I am looking for this one. Okay, so now if I press harder, it goes faster, and then I have a shield, which looks really terrible right now, but that's strange that I died immediately. Huh. Okay, I see a bug. So the shield, the ugly big circle thing, is supposed to vanish when I get hit. That's not working. I will fix that another time. So this is what a typical day for me looks like. I'll take a look at my Trello board and see what problems I have to solve, and then I'll plan them accordingly. If you like what you saw, you can sign up for the beta test in the link below. It currently is iOS only, and I'm using TestFlight to distribute my betas. If you like what you saw and want to help me create a better game, you can sign up below. If you like this video, you know what to do. I'm not going to tell you. I would like to do this weekly, but my graduation deadline thingy is in about 4 weeks, so I have a lot of work to do because I also need to prepare a presentation and prepare some sort of exposition thingy. I'd like to continue doing this, but I really need to find the time to make these videos. Leave me in the comments below what you thought of it, and maybe you have some tips or something, and I'll see you guys maybe next week. Later.